Hello, tea family. Welcome to the replay. If you're watching us on the replay, welcome to our live. It is Easter, so I will say happy Easter. And then please say hello. And in the chat or comments, let us know what you are drinking tonight as my phone starts to go off in the background, because that's what happens when you go live. But I just wanted to say that thanks for joining us. It will be a little bit shorter tonight just because I know people are doing things with their families for the holidays. So one of the things that I found is that most people think that all green tea is essentially the same. But there are really significant differences between a Japanese leaf and a Chinese leaf in green tea. And it's like kind of the difference between like fresh salad and a toasted nut. Those are kind of the thoughts that I want you to kind of think about is how they are processed. They are processed differently. They're grown in different places, but they are going to have different notes that they bring. And so one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is I will be brewing up this blend. Now, this is our Lavender Garden. This is typically a VIP only blend. Which means our VIPs can get access to it year round, but everybody else only gets access to it at certain times. And it has a blend of green teas from both Japan and China, and then a little bit of lavender, just because we like to mix it up a little bit. And it's great if you wanted a lavender green tea latte, that sort of thing. So let's kind of go ahead and start with some of the tech talk. And we're going to talk about things like steam versus fire. So what I am going to say is I'm going to go ahead and start to brew. This again is our Lavender Garden. And happy Easter, Diane. You're drinking some lemon zinger hot. Kim, welcome. Aloha breeze for you tonight. We will be talking about Aloha breeze in a little while, but I have, for the sake of ease of cleanup, we've got a very busy day tomorrow. So I went ahead and I put a portion and I put it in our one of our reusable bags, nice and big. And it is a green tea. Like I said, the Lavender Garden. So I brought the water to about 175. You can go as high as 180 degrees. I don't want to burn it. And if my handy dandy assistant can give me 1 minute on the clock, that's one of the best things about green tea is when you're really ready to drink some tea, you don't have to brew it as long, so you don't have to wait as long. And because it's not, 200 to 212, you get to drink it faster. So let's talk again about Japanese green tea versus Chinese green tea. And in Japan, typically they're going to steam the leaves. So this was going to preserve chlorophyll, which is why Japanese teas typically are more vibrant, neon green. They taste more like a fresh grass or even seaweed. If you've had seaweed, my children love seaweed. Not one of my favorite things, but my children love it. Whereas in China, they are going to typically kind of pan, fire, or roast their their leaves. This is going to create a mellower, yellower tea. It's going to have notes of that toasted nuts or stone fruit that I kind of talked about a little bit earlier. So when we use Lavender Garden, we kind of have blends, green tea blends from both China and Japan in here. That way you can get like the pop from one of our blends is a Japanese sencha. Oh, there we go. And so I'm going to also balance that against the smoothness of a Chinese green tea. So now it is already set and ready to go. There we go. And what you will see is this is definitely green, but it does have that yellow note to it that we were just talking about. And I am going to let that cool just for a second. So so you're going to have some of the pop and the smoothness, and that's one of the reasons why this tea doesn't have that bitter aftertaste, because you have that combination of the green teas that kind of balance it off. So as you can see, we have a nice, beautiful color. It is green with a yellow tinge. Now, one of the reasons why we added the lavender is that floral note was added not just for the scent, not just because it's popular in flavor, but it kind of is a great way to bridge the gap between kind of the ocean notes of the Japanese green teas and the earthy notes of the Chinese green teas. It really is one of the best uh, options if I want to kind of combine them. So it kind of smooths out that transition from one to other. And as you'll see, again, very, very little lavender. And that's one of those things, it's really easy to overdo the lavender and then it becomes a little too floral for my personal taste, but I know some people enjoy it. But it's one of those things that you don't need a lot of the lavender to bring it all together. Now, because this tea blend has kind of two different personalities, it's really going to allow it to pair with so many more foods. So the Japanese side, you can try anything salty, popcorn, rice, crackers, those sort of things. This is also where you would have kind of your soups, a lot of sodium in soups typically, and that kind of that salty nature is going to go really, really well. On the Chinese side, you can go with almonds or apricots or things that have that sweeter notes to balance off with kind of the nuttiness that you're going to get from that. Now, because of the lavender, this actually ends up being perfect with like a buttery croissant or something that we typically would not necessarily think of with a green tea as much. People get very traditional with their black teas, and they think that's the only time that you can have a shortbread cookie. Now, I do have these out for another reason, but this is just a simple shortbread, buttery shortbread cookie. And this particular brand is made from Scotland. So I love the fact that the ingredients are wheat flour, butter, sugar, salt. That's it. I know what all those things are. I can pronounce them all without having to have my tongue tied. That's one of the reasons why I like these. But this kind of buttery croissant or butter shortbread cookie are actually really great because the lavender really helps bridge the gap between the two. So I figured I would just highlight that. I am bringing this out for a reason later, so I had it handy, but it worked out as well. Let's see. I think I'm going to take a sip real quick. Really nice, light, not heavy. And really, although I can smell a little bit of the lavender, it is not overwhelming lavender. I actually taste the tea with a note of lavender as opposed to taste lavender with a note of tea, if that makes sense. Okay. So if you are a green tea drinker, in the chat or comments, let me know. Do you prefer the grassy, fresh flavors of the green tea, or do you prefer like nutty, toasted green tea? So let me know. And you can just say Team Japan, which would be more essentias and things like that. So you're going to have more grassy and fresh flavors. Or you could say Team China, where you're going to have more of the nutty, toasted flavors. Although they can be sweet as well, because especially if you get into the jasmine green teas. So in the chat or comments, are you Team Japan with those fresh, grassy notes, or are you Team China with the nutty, toasted notes? Let me know. I'm interested. One of the reasons that I'm asking this question is, first of all, I think it's fun to see what you think. But second of all, we are always, when we go to create a green tea, we're always like, well, should we lean heavier on the China tea side, or should we lean heavier on the Japanese green tea side? It's kind of an interesting thing. So go ahead, put that in the chat or the comments. So Kim says she does not know. Not sure she's really paid attention to the difference, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not being sure, because it just means that you're getting a well-blended flavor where you don't have to choose, and that's okay. So I do want to take another sip because it is really, really good. And no milk in my tea when I have a green tea. I don't know. I just milk and green tea. But my handy dandy assistant is correct, Kim. Now you can try and taste it next time. Diane likes the China. So you like the more nutty, toasted flavors. I love that. I love that. I would say it's funny because our son would say, "Oh, I like the fresher notes," but every time he's going to go for some of those jasmine green teas from China. Every time. It's kind of funny. So I love it. And again, you don't have to choose. A lot of teas will have green teas from both. It's all in the blend. There are purists out there, so please keep that in mind when you're looking at green teas. There are purists out there who only want green tea from Japan or only want green tea from China because they love that flavor and profile. Kim says she's going to try and see if she can tell the difference in the future. Well, see, there you go. All set. And again, it doesn't matter if you're team Japan or team China. It's all in what you prefer, the flavors that you prefer, the way you enjoy your tea. I like the blend of the two more than anything because I like to be able to have both notes, and it makes it much more versatile for us when we add other ingredients in, or when I'm trying to pair it with foods or different things like that. I like being able to have more options versus fewer options. I did say that earlier I was going to talk about Aloha Breeze, and that is because I'm going to bring up the fact that we do have our Mother's Day live sale. It's weird. We're talking about Easter today, and I'm already talking about Mother's Day, but I want to let you know that it's on April 17th, and that is mostly so that we know we can get everything shipped to everybody in time for Mother's Day. We will be having 2 tea blends that are event only, and that would be Aloha Breeze and which is a pineapple mango. And I know that Kim is really excited about that. Let's see. Tonight, Kim is loving the white tea, probably her favorite. I am not surprised. Kim does tend to go for the white teas. I love that. I love when everybody can discover which kinds of teas they really love. And it's not that you don't enjoy other teas, but then you can focus more on the ones you love. There are days that I look upstairs and I know I drink a lot of black tea, not as much as a couple of people think I do, and more than a lot of other people think I do. I thought that was a fun quiz to put out there. How much tea do you think I drink an average day? Congratulations to those of you who guessed about 48 ounces. And you can tell people who know me well, I typically drink, in most of my cups and mugs are about 16 ounces. And so I brew it 3 times, and 3 times 16 brings you to the 48. So there is the little help if you know the size of my cups very well. But Aloha Breeze, that one will come back every year. It was originally supposed to be that event only one time. However, it is such a popular tea that Aloha Breeze will be coming back for Mother's Day each year, and that is our pineapple mango blend. Now, another blend that also has pineapple in it, we're going to call it Sweet Tanzanite, and I'm not going to tell you the other ingredients in it just yet. It has been perfected. I have 2 sets of tea tasters, and I alternate back and forth so that one group does not always know what all the teas taste like in advance. That way there's some. Now, we will be also introducing a 3rd blend that is brand new, that is going to make its debut at this Mother's Day live sale. And that is a blend that we were asked to create, not as a custom tea, but we do events at Kansas State University, which, if you know where Fort Riley is, you know that Fort Riley is right next to Manhattan, Kansas, where Kansas State University is, otherwise known as KSU around here, or K-State around here. But we do events for them twice a year, and they were hoping we would be able to create a special tea blend that would be kind of K-State in nature. Now, we have created something. I will give you a hint. It has blueberries in it. It has black tea in it. It has black raspberries in it. And I'm not going to tell you anything else that's in there, but those are 3 of the ingredients. And that'll be a K-State. And I realize that that may not appeal to everybody, but we are looking at naming it soon. So don't be surprised if you see a poll, because we'll need to have that. And then that will go out to other tea tasters soon, because we need to have that one perfected in time for our next May event. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Kim. Only quality, no need tea. I appreciate that. That's all. That's so sweet. Let's see. Definitely we'll need a lot of Aloha Breeze. Yes. I love the fact that when it comes in around Mother's Day, because then you have it kind of that late spring, early summer. Okay. Let's see. We talked about steaming versus fire, and I wanted to get into that. And then I wanted to show you one more thing. So one of the things that happens is we post something, and then sometimes people don't see it in their feeds for a couple of days, or they may not even see it at all because algorithms are craziness. But what I did want to, there we go, show you is one of the new things we have. And I have to say that I am really excited because everything just came in. We will be going to a big event next week, which is one of the reasons why we will be doing a question and answers next week. So please get me your questions and answers. Welcome, Katie. Welcome. But do you see there are colors, and that is a light yellow, and those flowers that you see in there are purple and blue. There's no orange, Kim. No orange. I'm glad, because I wouldn't want orange on this. It looks really pretty with the pink flowers. But anyway, we have some of these mugs, not a lot that we were able to get. And this is going to be one of our new gift packs. So you would have at the sale, you'll have the mug, you'll have an ounce of tea, and then we're going to throw some of those shortbread cookies we were talking at. And then we're also going to add in some reusable muslin tea bags so that you can enjoy it. And that way you can dunk right in the cup. And it is really, really pretty. I forget how many ounces. It's like it's a 14 ounce, so a little shy of what I have, but it's a 14 ounce. But the other thing I like about it is, if you see that, it says microwave safe and dishwasher safe, but it is fine bone china. And we have a limited number, so we will have them at the Tulip Festival, but I am going to save at least one home for the live sale on the 17th. But yeah, it's really pretty, and it's pretty sturdy. I like a big cup of tea because I like to drink my tea. So this is a traditional teacup size, and then you can see how much more this is. But you also see that they're very similar in color. Pinks, blues, purples, a little bit of yellow in there. It's just really pretty. I mean, I might have to see if I can get more and get one for my house. But I was able to find them. Sometimes it's like I can find some things, but I can only get 2 or 3 of them, or I find them, but they're so outrageously expensive that it's just not possible. But there are definitely some things coming that we have been able to locate. This is one of them. I wanted to show you. There is a post on it earlier today, but there are also going to be some little, like I said, reusable muslin tea bag in here. So you are pretty much all set with this. All you need is a spoon to do your tea. And again, these are not organic. And I don't know if they have GMO or not, but they are made in Scotland. The little cookies are made in Scotland, and I read all the ingredients, which is nice to know. I think there's 5 ingredients. 1, 2, 3. Nope, there's 4 ingredients in it. Like I said, wheat flour, butter, sugar, and salt, and that's it. But it would be perfect with a cup of Emerald Garden or Lavender Emerald Garden. And that's kind of what I wanted to bring this up. We'll give you a little sneak peek of what we'll be doing on this 17th. And then I have one other announcement, and that is you are running out of time if you are going to join us either in person or on live for our class on how to make custom teas, so you can learn how to blend your own teas for fun. That you're running out of time because I have to be able to ship it and or get your box ready. And I will be reaching out. For those of you who've already signed out, you'll be getting a message from me soon, probably in the next couple of days, to find out if you want yours with black tea, green tea, or all caffeine free. And if you have any dietary restrictions, I know I have friends that are allergic to cinnamon. I know I have friends that are allergic to peppermint. I have friends that are allergic to any kind of citrus. And so I don't want to have those ingredients in your box. So that is one of those things. I will be reaching out and we'll be customizing those boxes as well. Does anybody have questions on Chinese green tea versus Japanese green tea and how it's different and how they process it any different or anything like that? Please put them in the chat or comments. Again, I'm just going to fill some space and give you a chance to respond in the comments. It takes a minute after I say it to go out into the internet for you all to read it, for you to type it, and then for it to show up. So I want to make sure I give you plenty of time. But let me know if you have any questions. And again, next week we will be here at our regular time. We're going to do our question and answer. I have gotten a few questions in there. In fact, one of them was, how much tea do you drink on average? And that's why I thought, hey, this would be a fun thing to do as a regular post. Which one do I prefer? I really love the blend, Katie. However, if I have to pick, I typically fall a little bit more on the sencha side from Japan. I like the fresher notes. And I don't always want the nutty notes in my green tea if I have to pick. Although I do really love the jasmine green teas from China because they typically have a nice sweetness, which means I don't need sugar. I don't need any kind of sweetness added to my tea. So, yeah. So review again the difference in taste so I make sure when I try and taste next time. Okay, so Japan, they steam their teas, and therefore they're going to have like a fresher, grassier note to them, whereas the Chinese green teas are processed with like kind of fire or heat, and so they're going to have more of a toasted, nutty note typically. So you're looking for a grassier note with your Japanese teas, and you're looking at a toasted, nuttier note with your Chinese teas for the most part. Again, there's always going to be exceptions on both sides. I keep mentioning, the jasmine green tea because although they process it, they also pack it in the jasmine flowers, at night. And so that adds sweetness to it. So you may not get as many of the notes, but steamed is Japan, pan-fired is China. So look for those notes. And then it doesn't help if you're in Emerald Garden, I will tell you, you're going to pick up both. If you have Lavender Garden, you're going to pick up both. Things like Harmony, which is now available, the green tea with the freeze-dried strawberries and the orange zest. That one, you're going to you should be able to pick up the note. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. And no cheating by looking on the package. We do label where all of our stuff comes from. So, but there you go. Those are some of the notes to look for as you're tasting. But people are always kind of shocked because the flavors are so different and they still come from the same plant. And that's one of the great things about tea is you can have everything from the white tea that that Kim is enjoying tonight, to the green tea that Diane is enjoying tonight, to a black tea, and it's all the same plant, but how you process it, how much it's processed can really bring such diverse flavors. So anyway, yeah, it's one of those things. So, all right. Well, I will tell you, hang on. I'm almost done with my cup now at this point. So, those are some of the things. One of the other things is like, we do Western brews a lot, and flavors can change a little bit if you do kind of a Chinese brew. I'm not really versed in how to speak Chinese. But it's the Gongju is my slaughtering of the language is how I would say it. They do a much faster brew and the Japanese, but the culture that they have around it is really fun too. But in the cups that are different, I should stop always using the kind of the British teacups every once in a while and bring out some of my Chinese and Japanese teacups that I have that don't have handles, so you don't have to worry about the whole pinky thing. Although we do tuck it down, everybody. All right. Well, I do want to say happy Easter to everyone. I look forward to seeing you for the question and answers next week. So if you have a question that I didn't answer, feel free to shoot it out to me. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter and enjoy the time with your family. We will see you all next week. Oh, I just saw something come in from Katie. She loves cast iron teacups. Yes, those are real fun. Those are really, really fun. Betsy wasn't there to cringe, so I was fine. She does know how to do the Chinese tea ceremony. That's great. I love it too. I just my problem is that is not one of my languages. I have other languages. That is just not one of them. But anyway, I will have to bring a cast iron because I love those, and clay. I love clay. So, all right, everybody, happy Easter, and I will see you all next week.